Hello everyone, and welcome to our festive podcast all about Christmas. Today we're going to be talking about our memories of Christmas growing up, and if we still celebrate Christmas in the same way today. Joining me are Nathan.
Good afternoon.
And Jongsu.
Hello.
Could you introduce yourself, gentlemen?
Well, my name is Nathan, and I am American, but I grew up in France.
Hi, my name is Jason. I'm Korean. I studied back in Canada for 7.5 years.
Okay.
Now I'm here.
Great. So we all have had different experiences of Christmas from different cultures. So before we talk about the past, do you guys have any Christmas plans this year?
I do not yet, but we still have about 3 weeks. But of course, Christmas is a romantic holiday in Korea. I don't have a girlfriend, so it'll probably be just having fun with friends.
Well, for me, I do have a great plan. For Christmas Eve, I'm going to this one of the famous singer concert, whose name is Park Hyo-shin. I can't wait to be there.
Okay, very nice. So obviously things were very different when we were kids. Nathan, do you have an early memory of Christmas? I mean, for me, for example, it's the tree. I always remember the tree. How about you?
I think I have a memory, but I also have a terrible long-term memory. But I do remember when we moved from the U.S. to France. Of course, we brought a lot of things, but we brought several boxes of Christmas decorations. So one of the things I remember was early December opening those boxes and decorating the whole house with those decorations.
Okay, very nice. And Jungsu, when you were a child in Korea, what do you remember?
Well, in Korea, Christmas is not as big as like in States or in Canada. So we do celebrate our Christmas, but mostly like in church, but not at home usually. So I usually went to church, do the services, pack up some present for the poor people. That's pretty much I remember from Christmas.
Okay,
when I was
so
a kid. Yes.
you said you went to Canada when you were 15?
Yep.
So how was your first Christmas in Canada? What do you remember?
Well, it was kind of new to me, basically. It was like November. All the streets were already all decorated with Christmas. There were tons of Christmas trees. We had a huge Christmas tree in our host family's house. We had a huge turkey. That was the biggest one I've ever seen, and turkey was great. I never had one in Korea.
Okay, very
Yeah,
nice. And Nathan, for
turkey is
you,
good.
how is Christmas celebrated in France? Is it very different to an American Christmas?
I wouldn't say it's very different, but it is different. One of the big differences is French people tend to celebrate Christmas much more on Christmas Eve than on Christmas Day. So in France, typically the family will get together for Christmas dinner on the 24th and have a very big dinner and usually open presents on the 24th. For us, even though we were in France, as an American family, we would usually have a big Christmas lunch on the 25th and, of course, open the Christmas presents early on the morning of the 25th.
Okay, very nice. So as a child, the thing I looked forward to most was, of course, presents at Christmas. Usually I couldn't sleep Christmas Eve when I still believed in Santa. But what about you two? What is something you always look forward to at Christmas?
As a present?
As a present or anything else?
Well. Back in the days when I was a kid, I was always looking for a nice toy that I can play with. We didn't have much computer when I was young, like iPads or, like laptops. But if you ask me now, I'd like to have a nice fancy IT machines.
Okay.
Like, iPhones or iPads or even iMac, all the series all together. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay. I hated getting clothes for Christmas when I was a kid. I thought it was the worst present you could have. Nathan, did you have a best or worst gift? Do you remember?
I'm sure I had some gifts I didn't really enjoy, but you always had to pretend you liked the gift because it is a gift. But a present I really enjoyed was either in middle school or in high school, I got a new CD player, and I was quite excited about that. I could listen to the radio stations I wanted to, close my door, listen to my music instead of my parents' music, and so that was quite fun.
Okay, that's cool. So in my family, for example, we had some Christmas traditions that I didn't realize everybody else wasn't doing. So, for example, my mother used to decorate the whole house with Christmas cards everywhere, on the walls, on the tables, in the kitchen. I was quite surprised that nobody else did this. Do you remember any traditions that you had as Christmas, or your family still do for Christmas?
Well, for me, when I was quite young, of course, that was before people sent a lot of emails. So a big tradition was sending Christmas cards, of course. And since my family was in France and the rest of our family was in the US, a lot of people, family and friends, would send us Christmas cards. And so we would cover 2 or 3 doors in our house with all those Christmas cards from friends and family. Just, I guess, to remember our loved ones back home.
Okay, very nice. Jongsu, do you have any modern tradition? Is there something you and your wife always do on Christmas now?
Wow. To be honest with you, Koreans are not really, I don't know, more of like, I don't know, Koreans are not really good of enjoying Christmas as other foreigners do. And one of the biggest culture difference that I found was back in Korea on Christmas, it's like just our member family get together and dinner. But when I was in Canada with my host family, all the family came together.
All the neighbors.
Yes, there were like at least like 20 people got together. They had nice food. They talked to each other for hours and hours, all night long. So it was totally new experience to me. But with my wife, what I do is I usually go for nice dates, maybe nice dinner. That's pretty much everything. Nothing special, yes.
Okay. Of course, in Korea, Christmas Day is really the only holiday, so we have one day off. This year is good because we get a weekend very soon after. When I was a child, though, I think we had 2 weeks off for Christmas.
Wow.
It was a big holiday. What about for you, Nathan?
When I was quite young, I think we got in France, like elementary, middle school, high school, maybe a week or maybe 2. I honestly don't remember. But in college, we got almost a whole month off.
Oh, wow.
So my university was in the US, but I would always come back to France for Christmas and spend 3 weeks at home.
Oh, very nice. So what do you think, if you had the time or the choice or the money, what would you perfectly like to do for Christmas? What would be the best thing for Christmas? For me, it would be, obviously I live here in Korea, but I would like to actually spend Christmas at home with my family one time, maybe next year.
I think, of course, for me, Christmas is a family holiday. So the idea of spending Christmas with my parents, my brothers, sisters, nephews, and nieces is quite nice. But I think this morning was -6, -7. So the idea of also flying to a beach and enjoying the warm weather would be quite nice too.
Okay.
Yeah, that was exactly the same thing I was thinking about. Maybe going to Hawaii, or maybe somewhere really warm, spending my Christmas. I mean, I've never done it, so I'd like to try it. Yes.
Okay. I have spent one hot Christmas in South
Yeah?
America, and it looked the same. It was all Christmas trees, but of course everyone was wearing shorts, and we were not drinking hot wine. We were drinking very cold beer. So it's a very different experience, but it can be fun.
That's amazing.
Okay, so we're coming to the end of our podcast. But what would you like to say to the people listening? What is your Christmas message this year?
I mean, as I said, it is quite cold today, and I expect it to be cold for Christmas. So just enjoy your time, whether that's with your family, your friends, your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, and just enjoy the Christmas spirit.
Well, for me, first thing, Merry Christmas. And secondly, those of you who does not have a boyfriend or girlfriend, please make one and enjoy your Christmas.
Okay, maybe you can ask Santa Claus for
Oh,
a
yeah.
girlfriend or
That's one.
boyfriend.
You
Just
never
like
know.
normal.
Search one under the tree.
Well, thank you everyone for listening. We do wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, whatever you're doing.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.